Hello and welcome back to Broadside Gaming with me, Zug, and today we're taking a look at the Ogryn Skullbreaker and one of my new favourite melee weapons, the shovel, or for its full name, the Brute Brainer Mark III Latrine Shovel. So I've been testing out a lot of the melee weapons recently for the Ogryn. I say a lot, there aren't that many. And yeah, the Brute Brainer is coming out on top for me at the moment. I have been testing out the Brunt Special, but as I said in a previous video, the attack pattern is the one thing I find that's letting it down. It's a very good weapon, but it's a bit sketchy sometimes. Whereas the Latrine Shovel has a very predictable attack pattern that makes it very, very good for farming toughness with confident strikes. So this is the actual one that I'm currently using. And as you can see, it's got my favourites on it. Manics and flak armoured enemies. In a perfect world, this would be 25 and 25, and the blessings would be all rank 4, but I've not been having much luck with the shovels. I've been trying to roll up a few of them, and they're just being willful. But yeah, so I would always suggest confident strikes, especially if you're playing Heresy or Damnation. I know a lot of people want to go in just full damage, and if you do, you know, you can always switch out confident strikes for Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher or Skull? Yeah, Skull Crusher. So target receives 3 stacks of +5 damage if already staggered. You're going to be staggering a lot. So if you really want to go full damage, Skull Crusher and Thrust. For a nice balanced approach, go with Thrust and confident strikes. Thrust, you will be absolutely murdering Ogryns, and with the Manic and Flak armor, you will be taking out mutants and rages as well with relative ease. If this was a rank 4 Thrust, you might be able to get away with one-shotting Crushers, but it's usually going to be 2 shots. And especially when you combine it with heavyweight, so you get 50% more damage against Ogryns, Bulwarks, all of them, easy, and knock them down, beat them up. Staggering enemies grants a stacking buff to your heavy attacks. So knock them down, beat them up, heavyweight, all combined with Thrust. You're going to be doing some serious damage to those Crutchers, Bulwarks, Reapers, Plague Ogryns. There is some debate whether it works on Plague Ogryns at the moment. I am testing, and it seems to be sketchy at best. So don't take my word for it on that yet until we have 100% confirmation. But yeah, the Latrine Shovel is just, it's a really nice weapon, and it gets overlooked quite a bit. And I'll just show you the attack pattern on it, which is why I like it. The light attacks are all wide sweeps, and when it comes to dealing with flak armoured or anything heavily armoured, the heavy attacks always start with the overhead and they go with the side swipe. But with Thrust, always make sure you're holding the heavy attack. As you can see down the bottom, stacks up to 3 and then release. That is what makes Thrust unbelievably good. So this is on Damnation, as you can see, just 2-shotting Ogryns with this. I would be getting out a little bit more damage if I did have that Mark IV Thrust, which I don't. And the confident strikes is what's going to help keep you alive in those hairy situations when you're overwhelmed. And you will be overwhelmed. If you don't intend on playing this in Heresy or Damnation, you just want to stick to Malice, which is fine. You don't have to worry too much, but I would always suggest going with confident strikes. It's just a nice little cushion to fall back on when you just need to wade through things. Yeah, the Brute Brainer Latrine Shovel, very simple weapon, very effective. So I hope you all enjoy this, folks. If you have, please like, subscribe, hit that little bell for notifications. It really does help us out. And until next time, take it easy, and I'll see you later.